Welcome to The Reveal, an investigative show where news is made.
Did a war veteran eat something in Vietnam that ended up killing him some 4 decades later? His family thinks so and are questioning why other veterans aren't being warned that they too could be at risk.
I'm shaking like a leaf, but I really needed to do this for him.
Roxanne Peterson just lost her husband of 44 years.
And I lost him because I believe there's information out there that wasn't shared with us.
Army veteran Stephen Peterson, Pete to his friends, planned to tell this story himself. He didn't make it to our interview.
Date of death, November 11, 2018. He felt like he fought the war twice, and this time it got him.
The war, Pete's war, was Vietnam.
Served 3 tours there.
He came home with mental scars, damaged hearing, and jungle rot on his feet. What he didn't know is he was also likely carrying a microscopic hitchhiker that 46 years later is suspected of being his killer.
If you think about it, he was a ticking time bomb.
Pete developed cholangiocarcinoma, bile duct cancer.
Highly lethal.
Dr. John Larson with Minnesota Oncology says cholangiocarcinoma is uncommon in the U.S. There are only about 8,000 cases diagnosed here each year. Rare and deadly.
It's hard to catch this at a point where it's curable.
Pete was already stage 4 when first diagnosed. He survived just 14 months.
It's a diagnosis and then it's a death sentence.
Lisa Saller wanted answers about her dad's rare cancer.
Googled Vietnam vets and cholangiocarcinoma.
What she discovered is a growing social media community of Vietnam vets and their loved ones who believe their cholangiocarcinoma is tied to their service, caused by consuming a tiny parasite called a liver fluke, common in fish in the waters of Southeast Asia.
So it's endemic there, right?
Dr. Larson says the liver fluke parasites attach to the lining of a person's bile duct and can live undetected for decades, causing inflammation and scarring, eventually leading to cancer.
For the most part, when they do get the cancers, those who do, and, it's later on, decades later, not usually just right after exposure.
Despite 3 tours serving in a place where the parasites are a known hazard, Pete's family says he was never warned by the Army or the VA that he was at risk.
Why wasn't our vets notified of this?
If you know where to look on the VA website, there is a warning about the liver flukes, stating Vietnam veterans who ate raw or undercooked fish might have been infected. How many veterans does this impact? A 2017 VA pilot study found it could be as high as 1 in 4. With this information, Pete filed for VA benefits.
Sir, what happened?
Denied.
That's not uncommon. The Associated Press found veterans filing benefits claims for bile duct cancer has increased 6-fold since 2003, but nearly 80% are denied. In an email to CARE 11, the VA calls their own liver fluke study flawed. There are other causes for the rare cancer, and the VA maintains there's no research showing cholangiocarcinoma is more common in Vietnam veterans than in the rest of the population.
Not enough evidence.
Some veterans wonder whether it's like Agent Orange, which took the government years to acknowledge was causing their cancer. Lisa helped her dad appeal his denial. 2 of his private doctors wrote letters to the VA stating because of his time in Vietnam, more likely than not, he developed cancer because of his exposure to liver flukes.
Why is it so hard today?
Pete died before his appeal was heard. But his family is continuing the fight.
Well, Dad, we're doing this for you.
And sharing the story Pete now cannot, in hopes of raising awareness of a risk they wish they'd been warned about.
And we miss him. We miss him a lot.
Our investigator, AJ Legault, has been covering veterans' health issues for several years, and this latest report has generated a big response on social media. AJ joins us now with a follow-up.
A New York congressman has introduced a bill directing the VA to study and report to Congress on the prevalence of bile duct cancer in Vietnam veterans. The VA tells me they've already begun to do that, but it's going to be 1.5 to 2 years before data analysis will be complete. For The Reveal, I'm AJ Legault.